Hi, my name is Christopher Baber. I'm here with my audience. Rules for the young. I'd like to tell you a story about Joe. Joe is was a 16-year-old boy from Colorado. He was a high school student that liked to party. His first time, he got a DUI. First time out, he got a DUI. His second time, he received a DUI, plus he ended up going to the detention center. His third time, he ended up killing his best friend, or rolling a car, killing his best friend, maiming his girlfriend. She lost her arm. He ended up going straight to the hospital, then to jail. With this, high school students, by the time they are seniors, 71.5% of them will have said they've had a drink of alcohol. 48.6% will say they are a reoccurring drinker. 28.6% will say they've had 5 or more drinks in the past week or two. And also the definition to being a binge drinker is having 5 or more drinks in a row. Which, with this, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, or also known as MADD, is trying to eliminate underage drinking entirely. They know it is a losing cause and that they will not be able to successfully do this. So they have tried to set up with colleges and some other schools ways to keep you from drinking and driving by setting up cabs for schools and other things like that, as other things like parents going to pick up their students. And knowing from my experience, from my prior experience, I am always the designated driver in all situations. I will go pick up my brother and friends if they need me. I would rather get in my car tired than have them drink and drive. So with this, we'll go back to Joe. He was able to, at the age of 16, receive alcohol. We don't know if he stole it or if he had friends that were over the age of 21 that would buy it for him. With this, you don't know if you're a high schooler or if high schoolers are drinking and how far are they hiding it. On the show called 60 Minutes, Joe McArdle from Millbury College I quoted him, "Underage drinking is so widespread, it now is considered to be the norm. In fact, the law has been an abysmal failure. It hasn't stopped it, it simply has driven it underground. And it makes it harder for parents to teach moderation and responsible drinking." With this, a story from CU Boulder in 2004. A young adult at the age of 18 decided he wanted to try and join a fraternity. This fraternity said if you wanted to be a man, you'd have to go up to the mountains with them, drink 10 gallons of alcohol in 30 minutes. And with this young man ended up going back down from the mountains and ended up dying on a couch in the library as his friends and peers would check in to see his pulse. They did not call the police until the next morning after he was dead. Both of his parents stated that they feel if the drinking age was 18, that their son would have received medical care because they would not have been afraid to have called 911. And now I have also a quote from the police chief of Boulder, Mark Benatar. He was also on the show 60 Minutes. reports that this is a losing battle. No matter how many tickets they write, they do not have enough manpower to police underage drinking. With this, there are also other police officers saying that the drinking age should be the age of 18, because then they could be paying more attention to the things that matter more, like drunk driving. Right now, the chief police from Boulder states one technique they used was circling off the house and writing a ticket for every person in that house. And they noticed that it did not stop anything. It made it go farther and farther underground, where the drinking is more hidden and is becoming more complex, with underage drinkers or minors trying to drink faster and get drunk faster. With this, the brain. Some research says the brain is fully developed at the age of 25. Others that I've researched said that the brain develops from the age of 20 to 27, because the brain is like everyone else's body. It does not grow at the same pace as everyone else. It is based upon the person and how they grow. So that means that with this, you could be 27 before your brain is fully developed. But they also need to teach how drinking alcohol can affect your brain. Otherwise, you are over-inducing it to chemicals and hurting yourself. With that, raising the drinking age, would make it illegal to drink, but would it stop it? I don't think so. Currently, the age is 21 years. And is it really working? Because what I see is high school students are drinking. Younger and younger are drinking. Would changing it to 18 really change anything? Or would it keep it from more students dying? How effective would it be to raise the drinking age? Would we not only be increasing one for the other? Right, as of right now, the National Mandatory Drinking Age Act of 1984 was when the drinking age was raised to 21, and was stated that the states that did not raise their drinking age to 21 would not receive any federal highway help. I have a quote from President Reagan in 1984. "We know that drinking plus driving spells death and disaster. It's true. The law works, or does it?" When the law was put in effect in 1984, the fatalities with car accidents with drinking was lowered by 10 to 13%. Or also receives 1,900 deaths per year, or has reduced 1,900 deaths per year in drunk driving fatalities. But we are going from that being lowered to the increase of underage binge drinking and hidden underground drinking to over 5,000 underage drinkers a year. Which means from the time that the bill was passed to now, there has been 145,000 young people's deaths in our country. Our current law is not working. Drinking is going underground, and it is going underground very rapidly. Some things can be done. So what is the answer to this? The answer I feel is to have 18-year-olds earn a license through their high school to drink by teaching them education of how alcohol is made and how it will react with your body. And also by going through AA meetings and other things like that. And after all of this, you will receive a test, and and as soon as you've passed that test, you will receive a license to drink at the age of 18. Otherwise, if you refuse to take the course, I would state that that the alcohol age stays at 21, besides with a license. Thank you. This is my audience.